Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Olubenga TV. I'm talking to you about Trump's Birthright Citizenship policy, its impact on Africans who are living outside the US and the way forward. On January 2025, newly inaugurated President Donald Trump introduced a policy that seeks to restrict birthright citizenship in the United States, sparking widespread concern across the globe, especially in immigrant communities. This policy challenges the long-established interpretation of the 14th Amendment, which grants automatic citizenship to individuals born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. While much of its attention has focused on how this policy will affect those already residing in the U.S., the changes also hold significant implications for Africans living outside the United States. This video explores the potential impact of Trump's birthright citizenship policy on Africans abroad and outlines a pathway forward for navigating the uncertainty created by these policy shifts. Now, let me explain to you what is meant by birthright citizenship. What then is birthright citizenship? Under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, birthright citizenship, also known as jus soli, grants automatic citizenship to any child born on U.S. soil. This policy has been a cornerstone of U.S. immigration law, ensuring that millions of children born to immigrants, regardless of their parents' legal status, gain access to the full benefits of U.S. citizenship, including healthcare, education, and the right to live and work in the U.S. Trump's new policy challenges this long-standing principle by proposing to end or limit birthright citizenship for children born to undocumented immigrants or parents who enter the U.S. through non-legal channels. What this means is that non-documented immigrants means somebody that came to the U.S. as a tourist and then gave birth. Trump is saying that that child is not going to have the citizenship. Maybe non-documented immigrants means somebody who came to study. He just came to study. He doesn't have the stay permit to live and to work in the U.S. He came to study. So he's on the U.S. for a specific purpose and for a period of time. He's not living in the U.S. permanently. It's not he doesn't have a permanent stay. So that is what he's talking about, that even people that came to U.S. temporarily, they are not documented immigrants. And then those who came illegally also, maybe they came as tourists or they came as anything. They entered through non-legal ways, maybe from Mexico, and then they just walk in through, they went to Mexico and they got to the walk-in or through any means. Trump is saying that such people will not be entitled to U.S. citizenship. The policy aims to curtail birth tourism, a term used to describe non-citizens who travel to the U.S., so specifically to give birth and secure U.S. citizenship for their children. Some people, when they are pregnant, the moment they are pregnant, they start processing how they can go to U.S. to give birth. So they will state medical reasons that, in their country is not good for giving birth. The medical facility is not good, so they will go and give birth in the U.S. Once they give birth, they come back to their country. And in fact, report has it that some of them, they owe hospital bills and they run away and they come back to their country. And then when the child is of age, they will ask the child to go to the country where he was born because of this citizenship by birth. So the policy aims to curtail birth tourism, a term used to describe non-citizens who travel to the U.S. specifically to give birth and secure U.S. citizenship for their children. Although the policy specifically targets individuals in the U.S., it has far-reaching implications for Africans and other immigrant groups worldwide. So this policy affects Africans, affects Indians, affects any country, China, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africans. It affects them. So now let's look at the impacts of this Trump new policy on Africans that live outside the US. For African families living outside the US, especially those with aspirations of sending their children to the US for educational or economic opportunities, Trump's Birthright Citizenship policy could significantly alter their plans and expectations. Now, here are key ways in which this new policy could affect Africans that live outside of the US. So you are outside of the US, you are wondering, it doesn't affect me. I'm going to give you some ways that I think it may affect you. And number one of the way it may affect you is that it may impact African parents with US-born children. African families who have children in the US but live abroad may be directly affected by changes to birthright citizenship. If birthright citizenship is restricted, children born to African parents while the family is temporarily residing or working in the US might lose their citizenship, undermining the security and opportunities those children were meant to have. This would affect the ability of African families to ensure their children's future prospects in the US, especially those who view birthright citizenship as a stepping stone to better education and career opportunities. Number two is revaluation of immigrants' intentions. Many Africans consider sending their children to the US for education, business, or work opportunities, relying on birthright citizenship to ensure their children's long-term success. With the new policy restricting birthright citizenship, African parents may now reconsider their decision to send their children to the US or plan alternative routes to ensure their child can have a better future. This could shift the flow of students, entrepreneurs, and professionals seeking opportunities in the US. Number three is that it may lead to decreased desire for birth tourism. Birth tourism, the practice of traveling to the US for the sole purpose of giving birth to secure citizenship for a child, was previously a popular option for many African parents. If Trump's policy is fully implemented, it could severely limit or eliminate the appeal of birth tourism. In fact, birth tourism is going to be a thing of the past if this policy of cancellation of citizenship by birth is brought to effect. So the appeal of birth tourism for African families will be affected. This policy change may prompt them to seek citizenship for their children in other countries with more flexible immigration policies or pursue other long-term plans outside the US. Increased focus on family reunification. Many African immigrants abroad have family members residing in the US on temporary work or student visas. If children born in the US lose their automatic citizenship, African families might find it more difficult to reunite with their relatives, especially if immigration policies become more restrictive. This could intensify the emotional and financial burden on African families attempting to bring their loved ones to the US. Also, this policy, if implemented and fully put into use, will lead to diminished opportunities for African professionals. African professionals such as doctors, engineers, and academics who have built careers or businesses in the US may face additional barriers in securing US residency or citizenship for their children born abroad. Without the assurance of birthright citizenship, many may look to other countries where the immigration process is more favorable to their family members, potentially causing a shift in global migration trends. What then is the way forward for Africans who live outside the US? While President Trump's birthright citizenship policy is still in its early stages, the potential changes it brings to global migration dynamics cannot be ignored. Here are key steps African families living outside the US can take to protect their interests and adapt to the shifting landscape of US immigration policy. If you are watching this channel or joining for the first time, this is Dr. Olubenga TV. I bring you content that help you to make money online and offline. This policy of birthright citizenship is a big one that may lead to making money or loss of money, and that is why I am bringing in. Many families travel abroad, especially to the US, to make money. So this birthright citizenship will affect them in some way. So that is why I'm bringing you this content at this time. Please like this video, share the link of this video with your family and friends, comment below, and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Now, what is the way forward for Africans who live outside the US regarding this birthright citizenship? Number one thing you need to do is to research alternative immigration pathways. African families should explore other ways to secure US residency or citizenship for their children and families. Options such as family-sponsored immigration employment-based visas or investor visas may provide viable pathways to legal status, especially if birthright citizenship becomes more restrictive. Understanding the full scope of immigration policies and working with immigration experts will be crucial for navigating these complexities. Number two is diversify educational and employment opportunities. Given the uncertainty surrounding US immigration, African families may benefit from considering other countries with robust educational and employment opportunities. Countries such as Canada, the UK, and Australia offer more predictable and inclusive immigration policies, making them attractive alternatives for African families who had once hoped to settle in the US for educational or professional purposes. Number three is that you need to engage in advocacy and legal support. Advocating for fair and inclusive immigration policies is crucial for African communities. Supporting organizations that defend immigrant rights, such as the American Civil Liberties Union and the National Immigration Law Center, can help fight back against policies that negatively impact African families. Already, there have been states in the US that have sued President Trump or the government of President Trump because of this birthright citizenship issue. Moreover, African immigrants abroad should connect with diaspora organizations that advocate for policy changes that favor their families' interests. Number four way out is to strengthen African diplomatic relations. African governments should engage with US policymakers to ensure that their citizens' interests are protected by fostering diplomatic ties and engaging in dialogue about the new birthright citizenship policy. African nations can work to safeguard their diaspora's rights and ensure their citizens access to opportunities abroad. Number five way out of this citizenship issue by birthright for Africans who live in Africa is to explore dual citizenship option. Some African countries allow dual citizenship, which can provide a backup plan for African families who wish to secure long-term residency in multiple countries. Dual citizenship can offer families the flexibility to seek opportunities Dual citizenship can offer families the flexibility to seek opportunities both in Africa and abroad, without being solely reliant on the shifting policies of a single nation. So these are some of the things you need to know as an African that live outside of the US. I'm going to give you another content to talk about Africans who live in the US and how they can navigate this new policy. Again, my name is Dr. Olubenga, and on this channel I bring you information on how to make money both online and offline. And I've said it earlier that this birthright citizenship policy will affect people's ability to make money both online and offline, and even in the US. Many travel or want to send their families members to the US so that they can be able to bring dollars home or send dollars to them with time. And that is why I'm bringing this content, because it also relates to money making. I'm going to talk to you in the next one. Before then, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share the link of this video, and drop your comments and questions in the comment section below. This video that is popping up by the side for my channel is the next you need to watch now. I will see you in the next one.